1300 BC, the first light touches the Nile River. For 3,000 years, this river defined a civilization. The Egyptians called it Iteru, the river. Every summer, it flooded and left black silt. They called this Kemet, the Black Land. Without it, no crops, no pyramids, no empire. At dawn, the docks of Thebes come alive. Fishermen cast nets, merchants load grain and pottery. The Nile was their highway, food, and calendar. To Egyptians, it was a god. The sound of copper chisels echoes through Thebes. At Karnak, the greatest temple on earth is being built. It will take centuries. Hundreds of workers quarry stone at Aswan and drag blocks on wet sand. Priests oversee everything. For them, this is prayer made physical. Each column is carved with hymns to Amun-Ra. They believe as long as the temple stands, the world remains in balance. This is Ma'at, cosmic order. Trumpets sound. The pharaoh travels to the temple. He is not just a king. He is the son of Ra, the living Horus. His golden palanquin is carried by noblemen. Soldiers march with bronze spears. Priests burn frankincense. The people bow. To look at the pharaoh is forbidden. When he enters the temple, he performs rituals only a god can perform. This procession reminds all of Egypt. The gods are with us. Welcome to the market of Thebes. There is no money. A sack of grain buys a sandal. A jar of beer buys linen. Nubians bring gold and ebony. Traders from Crete offer wine. From Punt comes incense. Scribes record every trade on papyrus. Women sell bread. Artisans display jewelry. This market is where the entire known world meets. The drums of war beat. Chariots are prepared, light wood and leather drawn by 2 horses. Archers check arrows. These men march north to face the Hittites. Pharaoh Ramesses II leads them. War is not just for land. It is to protect Ma'at, order against chaos. Soldiers pray to Montu, god of war. Some will return with glory. All will fight for Egypt and for eternity. When a new pharaoh receives the crown, Horus is believed to enter his body. The double crown of Upper and Lower Egypt is placed on his head. Priests chant in the sacred temple. This is the moment heaven touches earth. The pharaoh is now responsible for the Nile, the harvest, and the souls of his people. Each dawn, priests enter the inner sanctum. They purify themselves with Nile water. They bathe the god statue, dress it in linen, and offer food. They believe the god lives within. If the god is pleased, the land is fertile. This ritual has continued for centuries. The pyramids of Giza rise like mountains made by men. They are stairways to the stars. For 20 years, thousands of workers placed 2 million blocks of stone. They were skilled laborers, paid in bread and beer. Using ramps and levers, they aligned the pyramids perfectly with the stars. This was the pharaoh's journey to the gods. In the Sahara, an oasis means life. Palm trees, clear water, shade. Caravans stop here after weeks in the desert. Farmers grow dates in the green. To Egyptians, the desert was chaos. The oasis was order. Without these, trade across Africa was impossible. Egyptian astronomers created the first 365-day calendar. When Sirius rose, they knew the Nile would flood. They divided the year into flood, growing, and harvest. They gave us the 24-hour day. For them, the sky was a clock and a message from the gods. For Egyptians, death was a journey. Mummification took 70 days. Organs went in canopic jars. The body was dried with natron salt, then wrapped in linen. Priests recited spells from the Book of the Dead. Amulets protected the body. The soul or Ka would return to it. Without the body, there was no eternity. In the goldsmith's workshop, fire creates magic. Egypt had gold from Nubia. Artisans made the ankh for life, the scarab for rebirth, the eye of Horus for protection. Kings were buried with gold masks, so their faces would shine forever. To wear gold was to wear the flesh of gods. Inside palace walls were gardens and fountains. Trees from foreign lands grew beside lotus ponds. This was a model of paradise. Nobles walked here listening to harps. Poets told stories of gods. Here, the burdens of ruling were set aside. Desert caravans carried salt, gold, and ivory. They returned with cedar wood and horses. These traders navigated by stars and survived on little water. Their journeys made Egypt rich and connected it to the world. As the sun sets, the palace fills with music. Torches light the courtyard. Dancers move to harps and flutes. Servants bring wine. This was how the elite celebrated peace. Beauty was also a form of ma'at, of order. In the house of life, scribes copied texts on papyrus. They recorded taxes, laws, and prayers. A father told his son, "Be a scribe." A scribe never did hard labor. A scribe's work lasted forever. Without them, we would know nothing of Egypt. On the Nile, shipwrights built cedar boats, some for trade, some for the afterlife. Egyptians were first to use sails. They sailed upriver against the current, then floated down. The Nile connected all of Egypt. After the flood, farmers returned to black fields. With oxen and wooden plows, they planted barley and wheat. The harvest depended on the Nile and the gods. A good harvest meant prosperity. Every planting was an act of faith. Once a year came the festival of Opet. Statues of Amun, Mut, and Khonsu traveled from Karnak to Luxor, streets filled with music and offerings. The festival renewed the pharaoh's power. Amun was believed to enter him, making him strong for another year. Inside tombs, artists painted daily life, feasts, hunting, offerings. These were instructions for the afterlife. The tomb owner would need food and servants in the next world. With magic, the paintings would come to life. At Aswan, workers cut granite. An obelisk 100 feet tall took a year to quarry. They pounded channels with dolerite balls. Raising it took perfect coordination. The obelisk was a ray of sunlight, dedicated to Ra. Egyptian doctors used honey for wounds and moldy bread as antibiotics. They set bones and performed surgery. They also recited spells to drive away evil spirits. They wrote their knowledge in medical papyri we still study. As night falls, guards patrol temple walls. Above, stars move in order. Egyptians saw constellations as gods. The sky was the goddess Nut. Watching stars was worship. In every home, women baked bread and brewed beer. Beer was safer than water and paid as wages. Bread and beer were the foundation of diet and offerings to gods. Foreign ships arrived with tribute: gold, ivory, and exotic animals. To give tribute was to acknowledge Egypt's power. The pharaoh received them and gave gifts in return. This kept peace and trade flowing. In scribal schools, boys practiced writing for hours. Their teacher said, "There is nothing better than being a scribe." With mastery, they would become officials and priests. Education was the path to power.
As the sun sets, the Nile turns to gold. Fishermen pull nets, temples close. The day ends, But Egypt's work never stops. The river will flood again. The sun will rise again. This was ancient Egypt. People who believed order defeats chaos. People who built for eternity. They carved their dream in stone. 3,000 years later, we are still listening.